Hello and welcome to this week of the Music City Mindset Podcast. If you get through this episode and you like what you hear, make sure you can go back if you want to listen to previous episodes. We are located under the NFM network, and this is going to be a good one. We've already been cutting up off camera. I'm geeked up, and we're going to get into that for a little bit because I'll tell you who else is geeked up for the exact same reason, and that's because my co-host is also a Tennessee State Tiger. So get geeked. It's homecoming week. He's a Nashville native, Glencliff legend, and he can now say that he coached some local kids that chose to stay local, play at Vanderbilt University, and they absolutely shocked the world this past weekend. Crazy. What an iconic game. This man had a hand in that at Training Corner on Instagram, Mr. Deon Giddens.
Man, I tell you, every week it gets better. This intro gets better.
Well, first off, it's homecoming week.
Man, if you don't know about TSU homecoming week, please stay around in the city, man. And it's like the president's coming to town. They shut everything down. Yeah. People calling out of work. So if you go to work, man, you see people missing, you know why. It's TSU homecoming week.
I don't know if you got any stories that you would want to share.
Yeah, we got to go off camera for those. We got to go off camera for those.
I know growing up in Nashville, I always heard about it.
Yeah.
But being involved with it, being on the team, I thought I was ready for it. But being involved in it, the festivities.
Dude, it's legendary.
I didn't go to class once.
No, I think I went once because I knew they would check.
Yeah.
But outside of that, man.
Check on Monday because we lost the week before.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I mean, it was nothing but barbecues in the quad, block parties.
Dude, it's wild, man. Like
before Instagram, too.
Well, I'm dating myself. Yeah, definitely wasn't on Instagram, but I'm cool with that. Like, what we did, we needed it off camera. It needed to be off camera.
All right.
So I'm
bookmark that. Okay, let's talk about this
fun
weekend.
Week, though. Fun week.
You coached some Mustangs that are now Commodores.
Yeah.
So how does it feel? How do you think it affects the city that now the talent is dispersed enough to where, because growing up, I mean, no shade, but like growing up, Lipscomb was not known as like a powerhouse that had like a pathway for elevating the athletes. And Vanderbilt really wasn't known for that either.
Not really.
So now we're at a point where the talent's dispersed amongst the city.
Yeah.
Lipscomb has a national schedule that they play in high school. And now to take some local kids, coach them up, and now to see them move on, stay local for the city of Nashville, play at Vanderbilt, and then to watch them do what they did this Saturday to Alabama. What do you think that does for the city, and how does that feel that you kind of had a little bit of hand on that because you coached them?
Man, like just, well, we can see how the city responded to that, right? Even if you want a Vandy fan, like, you went for them against Alabama just to see it. You know what I mean? So
I'll be honest. I'm an Alabama fan.
I
was at the game.
You was at the game.
I was at the game.
So you know it was crazy.
And the people I was with were not happy.
Oh, people was pissed.
But I stayed till the very end. I was filming them.
Yeah, they was pissed.
Tearing the goalpost down, and like even my girlfriend like nudged me. Was like, "Why are you filming this?" Like she's upset, and it's like there's still that Nashville native that started as a Vandy fan that was like, yes, it was against us, and I'm pissed.
Yeah.
But, like, to watch how it happened, you don't get to see this very often.
I mean, they were 0-60. Like, there was a record against, top 5 teams, never being the number 1 team, let alone Alabama. But I wasn't a Vandy fan. So, just to see it, just a Nashville guy, I loved it. Especially since my 2 guys, man, like Brian Longwell, Junior Gerell, like, they came in Lipscomb. They was there my first year there. One plays linebacker, one plays wide receiver. So, Junior actually was Mr. Football. I don't know if people knew that or not, but he caught a nasty touchdown. Number 0 caught a nasty touchdown.
Was that the one where he's like falling out the back of the end zone?
Falling back of the end zone, yeah. That was crazy. So
I wanted to punch him.
So Junior's been a dog from day one. Brian too. So Brian started at linebacker at Mike. For those who don't know, Mike is a tough spot to play, but he played as a freshman last year and been balling out again this year, man. So to see them do that, man, it's wild. I flick on TV now every Saturday, man. I just go across the SEC and you see former Mustangs, man. So it's very cool to see, especially a monumental moment like that. So, yeah, hats off to them, man. Shout out to them.
As someone who Lipscomb was our rival growing up at Good Pasture.
Good Pasture.
Now,
how did they play out? Did y'all beat them or what?
We would usually end up having to play them twice a year.
Yeah.
Regular season and then in the playoffs. Yeah. And it typically would work out whoever won in the regular season didn't win in the playoffs.
That's ugly.
I fared well against them, but they did put us out my senior year, third round.
Once again, man, I'm new to the whole private school scene.
Yeah.
I mean, I grew up in public school in the city, so getting to see it from this side as a coach, it's different. You know what I mean? But I can appreciate it though. So now I see why, the discrepancies and why people choose this and the third. But overall, man, the talent is talent, no matter where you go.
Well, as much as it hurt to watch it against the Tide, I loved it for the city.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help immediately watching it and knowing that there's some Mustangs on that team.
Yeah, man, it's big,
that my boy
man.
Deon is. I mean, your
big.
thumbprint on this city is steadily growing, whether you realize that or not, and it's really cool to be this close to you and watch that happen.
Man, I appreciate that, man. Trying to keep it moving, you know what I mean? That's what we're here for. So, yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, let's keep it moving. Our guest this week is someone we actually both know pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just get right into it. This guest, he is a husband and a father, co-host of the MFM podcast, MTSU Blue Raider, so we get to talk about that a little bit.
He know what I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
That's my guy, though. That's my guy.
Featured on NBC, CBS, ESPN, and BET.
It's a big list, man.
Yep. On-camera talent for Nordic Track, iFit, and now his own on-demand platform, Caught in the Web. My boy, your favorite trainer's favorite trainer, the Gerell Webb on Instagram, Gerell Webb.
My guy.
Get in here.
That was great, man.
I told you, the intro was dope.
Yeah, that was great, man.
You need to add some more stuff to that, man.
Got to, man.
Can
you read it again? No, I'm just like. What's up, guys?
If you go to the MFM network, you can find Music City Mindset.
Yeah.
And re-listen to it.
Okay, I'll listen to it a couple of times. Probably.
Click subscribe.
Yeah,
I'm sure you'll like it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna like it.
Yeah,
I'm sure you're gonna like it.
Share it.
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
Man, another day.
Yeah.
Another day is trying to be great, man. That's all.
So, the point of this show. Yeah,
absolutely, man.
The point of this show is
Deon. Y'all
talking to people that are movers and shakers of this city.
Yeah, well, thank you.
At this point, when it comes to the fitness industry here in Nashville, I mean, you work with Nashville Fit. Your face is pretty synonymous for everything happening in this city. But where are you actually from?
So I'm from Tallahassee, Florida, born and raised. Yeah, go Rattlers. I know y'all feel a way about that.
Hey, this dude.
I know y'all feel a way about that. I know y'all feel a way. Fam, we can't cuss on here, but y'all know what it is, man.
Oh, no, we can.
Y'all know. I'm sure y'all know firsthand. So I mean, I don't have to say much about fam. You won?
I won. I told you.
In the classic?
I told you that.
What year? I don't know, man. We gotta go back and do some Googles, man.
I lost two. I lost two.
There it is.
I lost two. It's okay. I was bought out of that one though. I had some good games man. But it was a tough schedule though, bro. Hey, fam, they've always been good, man.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I let them slide on that too.
Come on now.
The unis are hard.
Do what?
The unis are hard.
The unis,
man, bro.
Yeah, that orange and green is different, man.
Yeah.
But
that's not where you ended up going?
Didn't end up going there. I'm still catching heat off of that. But yeah, I came here to the Middle Tennessee State University.
It's in Murfreesboro.
In Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
Yeah.
I said, the Middle Tennessee State. The Middle Tennessee State University.
No, so when I got the NCAA clearinghouse.
Yeah.
And I told everybody I was cleared. I was going to TSU. Or now and later, I tell people who know me now that I played at TSU.
Yeah.
I'm guessing because of the color of my skin.
Yeah.
Which is
I'm white.
Okay.
I'm real white.
People don't know that.
Yeah. If you're listening on Spotify, I'm a Caucasian on this panel here.
Yeah.
But they assume that I mean MTSU. And I have to correct them on that. So how did that process end up going and decision making? Had you ever been to Tennessee?
No. So funny enough, and I think I've told the story with Deon. So I initially signed with UConn out of high school.
Okay.
And I ended up passing my ACT
like
late.
that?
No. So that's where it's going. That's exactly where this is going, right? So I ended up passing my ACT late. And they ended up retracting the scholarship. And so MTSU was actually down they were recruiting another guy. They saw me working out on the field. It's like, yo, just curious where I was going. And the coach told him what had just happened. And he got some film and was like, yo, if you interested, we would love to have you come up. And then, I'm going to date myself too. The next day they called and left me an offer on the voicemail.
Right.
So I came home.
On the landline.
Yeah, on the landline. So
bro.
I came home. My mom was like, some school called and said, they would love to have. I went and listened. I was like, just in that moment, because I didn't have anything else on the table. I was like, that's where I'm going. And she was like, you ain't even. So I had never been to Murfreesboro, never heard of Murfreesboro. My mom was freaking out because Murfreesboro sounds like Murfreesboro. And, so she's like, yo, what? Like, you sure? Yeah. I'm like, hey, I honestly looked at the schedule. And so it was either between going there or going to FAM. Mm-hmm. And FAM was like, you can come walk on, preferred walk on, and we'll give you a scholarship later. Or it was MTSU, and the first three games of MTSU were Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama.
Yeah, they had a tough schedule.
Yeah.
Because y'all just went D1.
Yeah, they had just went D1.
Just went D1. I remember that.
And so I was like, if the goal is to go to the league, that's where I need to be.
You got to go.
I need to be playing those type of teams. Because we're going to get dragged. I wasn't expecting to beat them, if I'm being honest. But I'm going to get the exposure. I'm going to get to line up against the best in the country and kind of, weigh myself against those guys. And so I was like, if I get to do that week in, week out, let's go. Let's go to work. So that's how I ended up here.
So what kind of culture shock was that?
Yeah. So I went to an all-black high school. I literally grew up on FAMU's campus.
You ain't gonna
we talk about it, but we talk about it before, so it's funny.
Yeah, because it is completely. MTSU at that time was probably maybe 3 to 5% black, maybe that many. And so it was a huge, the football team was black. That was kind of, you had a couple of black girls here and there, and then I was kind of.
When TSU was recruiting me, they sold me a dream that it was 19% white.
It probably was. They just
stay
on campus.
Yeah. They went on campus, bro.
They probably went to class and went home.
So if that's what 19% looked like, I can't imagine what 5% would look like.
Yeah, and so I even told Deon, I know as much about TSU as he do. That's why I used to go. Especially the year I had to sit out my first semester. I used to pop up here and walk around TSU campus because that just felt like home to me. And then, and I heard that's where the girls was at, so.
Oh, yeah.
That's right about that.
Definitely.
Watson Hall.
Yeah, he's right about that.
So, I spent a lot of time on TSU campus. So.
All right. Well, kind of wish you would have been a little Tiger there.
We could have used him as a Tiger, though. I give him a lot of flack.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought about it. I thought about transferring once, and then, I think my coach saw I was thinking about it, and he was like, hey, listen,
he ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, just
How did those
be patient.
So you said the first year out, did you get to play some teams like that?
Yeah, so we got to play. That was a 2-year, I guess, contract what they were doing then. So that next year we played Alabama again. We beat Vandy twice.
Yep.
LSU.
I remember the
Kentucky.
LSU game. Because of course y'all went to LSU, but I remember
we went to LSU. We played a lot of big schools like that. And again, that was always Florida. We ended up going to Gainesville. That was always the goal, and so I just happened to do it at a mid-major instead of playing for Florida State or
Bro, the experience is the experience, though, man. I love Big Blue. I love TSU. I love it. But people don't realize, we're in an independent conference.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not in the SWAC. We're not in the MEAC, none of that. So our our non-conference games are the HBCU Classic games.
Yeah.
So that's when we play the FAMU.
Yeah.
That's when we play
Howard. That's when they rock.
Yeah.
So, that's when everybody else would go play, Vanderbilt or Kentucky or what I mean. So that's the thing I wish.
What was the biggest school you played against?
Outside the Classic games, we played FAMU. We played Howard one year. It was a big time game.
So I did get to play against Vandy.
We didn't play Vandy. They wouldn't play us, though. When I first got there, we was really good.
Yeah.
So those teams kind of, they did not want to play us.
Yeah.
Because it's a lose-lose, right? If you beat us, you're supposed to. But if we beat you, then all hell break loose.
Yeah.
So now, we was number one in the nation in 1AA my freshman year right there.
So if you're going against someone like an Alabama, like with what Vandy did this year, especially because when you came playing in college, you were beating Vanderbilt, but then also going to play Alabama.
Yeah.
What kind of mindset do you have to nothing to lose kind of mindset to like go into that, to feel like you did your job and be successful in that moment.
So it's actually not nothing to lose for me. It's the opposite, right? I'm supposed to be here, right? It was never like I've never lined across somebody and was like, hey, this is. I'm already lost if that's the case. Especially Alabama is like, no, like my situation just changed, and situations are different. It could be, like skill levels are the same.
It's the same. I was about to say
right. Skill levels are the same. It's the D line, O line. Yeah,
he played DB, so you got to come in with that type of mentality.
So like, I'm not thinking like, oh, this guy's. I'm just trying to survive. Like, nah. I'm trying to go to the league off this. This is film. Yeah. Like, so if I dominate, even if we can get blown out 7-0, but I dominate, I'm going to the league. Like, at the end of the day, for me, that's what it was about. And so the mindset going into it was, let's shock the world.
Yeah.
Like if you got to fight, you're not thinking about getting knocked out. You're thinking about winning. Because if you think about getting knocked out, you're going to get knocked out, right?
I love that.
I mean, you lose already, though. You know what I'm saying? So the mind frame is never there.
That's what some of the people were saying, were like, that mentality of Vanderbilt, that like they didn't have anything to lose and they're dangerous. And it's like, really, when you break it down, they had everything to gain.
In every situation, you got to think I belong. Whether that's
the key.
Yeah, whether that's football, whether that's in what we do here and now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't walk into a room like grateful to be there. I walk in a room like I belong. I'm supposed to be here. And so the same thing there. It was just at the end of the day, it's football. We got to line up. We've got to play football.
Is that some of the mindset that you had to move so far away from home and being able to thrive in that kind of environment without your friends and family and things like that you would normally have if you would have went to FAM and things like that? Like being here in Nashville and setting yourself up kind of all alone, especially in a world that looks like you don't belong.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. So again, the mindset was, and Deon, because we've talked about it before. Like my mindset was to set my mama up, and so whatever I had to do or wherever I had to go to set her up, then I was willing to do that and to go through it, right? And so I wasn't really. It was never I'm like, of course you're nervous and you're scared because you're going to a whole new world, but it's also like I'm here for a purpose. Like I'm gonna have fun, play around, but again, came here to go to the league. That's it. Trying to set my mama up. And so when you everybody has a why. We always talk about our whys. Everybody's why is different. Everybody's why, you may be playing for the love of the game. I'm playing because I don't like me and him. We like when he trains Mookie. And I hope this ain't breaking news and y'all can edit it or not. But I remember talking to
we talk about it.
But I remember talking to Mookie, and Mookie was like, I mean, he liked baseball, but that ain't like his first love. He's like,
we talked about that.
Yeah, he's like, his first love. He's like, if I was 6 feet, bro, I'll be playing basketball. I'll be Steph.
Bowling.
I tell
right?
everybody,
No,
dude,
basketball.
He basketball. He loves it. I mean, I talk about that too. Like,
as good as he
the game is basketball.
As good as he is at baseball, he's like, man, I just have to be good at this.
Right.
And so it's football players that are the same way. It's like, I'm just good at this. I don't really like it. I'm just, like, but I can't go nowhere else and make $10 million this year.
Right.
I'm just good at this. He's not gonna go nowhere else and make $500 million.
No.
You know, he's not gonna do it. You're just not gonna do it, bro. You know what I mean? And so the mindset, we all have it. Me and Deon play for a different reason. We play because we trying to get away from something, trying to go back and grab something. Some people are just playing because I'm just good at it. They say they'll pay for school, so I'm here.
Yeah,
that's it. So our mindset is different. Yeah,
dog mentality, man.
Yeah,
and then like you said, the why.
I think getting into that. I think that's why I fit in at a TSU.
Was the under? I mean, so. I think it's always a thing of somebody, some people got to kind of make up stuff. Well, I got a chip on my shoulder. No, people like I got a chip on my shoulder for a real reason.
Not for real. For real.
Nah, we didn't have it like that. So, I need to play for something else.
I'm here for a reason,
I'm locked in and doing something different.
Yeah.
To even now, like, the platform we on now, the stuff we doing, Gerell has a lot of success, man. You know what I mean? So, the fact that I don't know what time on your timeline for all your career goes when I first met you. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't know, like, I asked Gerell to come to help me in the gym. Like, bro, I handpicked these people, you know what I mean? So I keep hearing about Gerell. Gerell, like, man, who is this dude? I hit him up, bro, he came in, and I'm like, oh, he got it. Like, I don't know what his end game is going to be, but this dude already had it, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was polished, you know what I mean? He was knowledgeable about what he was doing, so that's something I already knew off the top.
Appreciate
that. Let alone he played football. So I'm like, oh, he going to be great in here. And, fast forward, look at him now, man. So I don't know if it was early on in your career. I don't know. Talk about that, man. Like, what timeline was that when I first met you,
man? I was a couple of years in by then. because I had a couple opportunities to play after college, got cut a lot.
I mean, I've had two of those. So
Yeah,
it ain't fun. I gotta get it.
Like at some point, we know like the game is done with us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't want to accept it, but so now it's like, all right, what do I love? What am I good at? All those different things. And I've always loved, like, Deon is a natural athlete. Like, God just gave him everything, right? Not saying he's not a hard worker. That is not saying that, but God gave him a lot of talent. I earned my talent, right? And so the equalizer for me and Deon being on the same team was like, I'm going to outwork him. If Deon's doing 12 sprints, I'm doing 15, right? Even when we train together, like he'll tell you, like it will just be what you got. What you got today? All right, bet. And then next thing you know, it's 2 hours in, and we like, all right, bro, I got a 3, but they about to be here. Soon they walk, like it's
crazy
because we just neither one of us, you know what I mean? So it's like that iron sharpening iron, and so I've always been that guy. I've always been the guy who liked to work. I've always been the guy who just embraced the grind because I knew. Like, I have a level of talent, but I don't have a level of talent that everybody else might have. Yeah. And so the way I can create an equal playing field is to outwork them. Yeah. And so, because most people, he's a rarity. Most people that are super talented don't work hard. Yes. Right? Because they have the talent. And so I figure if I can outwork you, then I can equal it. And so even in training, watching everybody and, just trying to be, like, we always say, oh, I'm not competing with you. That's a lie, bro. We all compete. You know what I mean? Like, it don't have to be in a negative way, right? Again, it's iron sharpening iron. Like, he knows I'm competing with him. I'm not hiding it. Like,
well, it can almost be, like, selfish that if you're going to compete with him, then he's going to push you to do more because then that's actually going to then make him better.
I need him to be good. Because if he's not good, I'm not good. I don't get my level of anything.
You don't want to be better than him, but you don't want to be better than not good. So if he's good and you're better than that, you're better than good.
Man, if he's not pushing, then I might say something to him like, bro, I need you to keep doing this. I need you to that long list we named, I need him to do all those things on this list. Because it makes me want to say, all right, bet, I'm going to do it too. Yeah. Or I'm going to do this in my own way. You know what I mean? So you got to have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're all like, I mean, again, I think we're in a society where, we become a little, softer and like afraid of.
A lot softer.
Yeah, a lot softer and afraid to bump heads. But we also know, like, all the stuff that I've done doesn't mean that he can't do any of those things. Yeah. And all the stuff that he's done doesn't mean that I can't do. It's enough for everybody. Right. And so me seeing him win and saying, oh, that's the level he on? Oh, I gotta step it up. Mm-hmm. It ain't I don't mess with Deon because he trained Mookie. Bro. No, it's like, oh, you got Mookie? Bro, let me get one. You feel me? Like, if he can get, you know what I mean? So it's that. It's not.
But he was in my ear a lot, though, about that. Like, that's what people don't know, like, behind the scenes. Like, bro, you got to start pumping this more. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, 100%. I mean, still, like, anything he do, like, any of those accolades, man, I hit him up, man, bro, I see you, keep doing it. Like, anything he does, because that's my guy for real. So, you know what I mean? Without him doing that, I mean, and then he's raised, to me, in my personal opinion, like, you raised
What's crazy is I didn't even know that when I hit him up about getting him on the show.
Just like, nah, bro.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I knew y'all knew each other.
No, it was on a different level. Like,
but I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the competition is, bro, I want you to win, but because I want all of us to win.
Right.
And so if I see the same way, if he left corner, I'm right corner, and he see me doing something that, like, hey, bro, when you doing this, that's messing me up because I can't. You know what? So it's the same thing. Like, hey, for the secondary to be good, we all gotta hold our own. It can't be I'm the best one, then they attacking you the whole time. That's gonna be the thing. If I come in, they know I'm the weak link. They going right at me the whole. So he gonna come to me and say, hey, they gonna come at you this week. This is what you need to be doing. So when I see that he gotta, like, he's training Mookie and nobody knew about it. Yeah, literally no. I was like, bro, what are you doing right now? Yeah, like, what are you doing? Like, legit. And again, because we have such different personality types. Yeah. Like, he's super, like, cool, calm, reserved. Yeah. I am the epitome of a DB. You know what I mean? Like, big ego, outspoken, all that things. He's just like, I'll show you. He's that guy. He's like, all right, bet. Like, that's really how you really get an idea. All right, bet. And then he's gonna turn it on. He gonna flip the switch. You don't know it. You just see it. I'm a talk it while I walk it guy. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, bruh, people got to know, because there's a mentor of mine told me there's no benefit to being the best kept secret.
It's not though. When
Right?
you just think about it, it's
Wow,
really
that's
not.
powerful.
There's
Yeah,
no
it is,
benefit
though.
to being the best kept
Powerful.
secret.
You're right,
you know,
though.
it sounds smooth, it sounds sexy when you say, he the best kept secret in Nashville.
What they gets you nowhere.
It gets you nothing.
Like nothing.
Now when you got a
yeah.
MVP that you're training
Yeah.
and you trying to grow a gym and nobody know it, then what we talking about?
Nothing.
Yeah, literally. It's a secret.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man.
So, kind of wrapping up about sports and stuff like that. Last question here before we go to a break. What did you actually do? Like, what were some of the opportunities you got with football after MTSU? And do you feel like, looking back now, that MTSU was the right choice for you? And when did you start setting yourself up for life after football?
Yeah, man. I'll start from the beginning. So after MT, I went to Calgary, got cut. I was there for like a couple of days. I knew I was out of there. Like, man, I'm out of here. Came back, I was like, I'm out of here, bro. Like, cause the game is different, right? It's a longer, wider
for
field.
people don't know, it's Canadian League, right? So the
Canadian League is just different. It's longer, wider field. Everybody all the receivers get to go in motion. It's a lot of confusion.
With, Edmonton for a little bit.
Yeah, and
it's
so
tough.
they got me up out of there.
It's tough, dog.
Got me up out of there quick. Then I went to Atlanta, had a tryout with the Falcons. That didn't work out. Then they kept me and had a tryout with the Georgia Force, which was like AFL back then.
Mm-hmm.
And then was a reserve, and then ended up getting cut from there. And then I ended up coming back. So at that point, it was like, do I want to stay in Atlanta, go back to Florida, go back to Nashville? Nashville was where my network was at the time, and so it just felt like the right move to come back here, at least until I figured out what my next move was. My next move was supposed to be moving to L.A. To pursue the fitness thing, and then, I fell in love and got married. And my wife is born and raised in Nashville and is so far from L.A., from the L.A. type of person that
yeah. My wife actually knows your wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So the crazy thing is, my wife
crazy.
used to babysit his wife. Like as a you like I'm 12, you're 10, type of situation. So she was like, yeah, I know. Yeah. So anyway, just proves how small the world is. But ended up staying here. I think it was God saving me from myself. And making sure that I stayed.
Man, I'm just saying.
Everybody felt that. Everybody was like, ugh.
I'm like,
everybody felt that.
Like, you weren't ready for that right there, man.
It was a whole nother world.
Yeah, it's different.
I think foresaw what Nashville was becoming. Yeah. Right. And so if you stay here, you plant your flag here. By the time Nashville fully blossom, you'll already be here. And instead of you chasing it, everything's gonna be chasing you.
But you weren't already like working towards like a post career until you were actually done.
Yeah, I never wanted to be a trainer, bro. This was never in the cards for me, bro.
So you're one of those. Cause, I mean, I was kind of like that. I knew a lot of people like that. It was, here's my plan A. And it's that until it's not.
Yeah, that's it. And I'm the same way now. I don't have a plan B. This is it.
Yeah.
Like, you have so many, and that nothing, no shade to anybody, but you have so many, trainers or whatever who are like, oh, I'm just here until my music career pops off, or whatever, or acting or whatever they're doing. It's like, nah, this is it. This is what we're doing. We're gonna.
I feel like I
grow
operate better when there's no plan B.
Yeah, you can because you're distracted. Yeah. You're distracted because you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Because if you are, again, same thing. If you go into it planning to fail, then you're gonna fail.
The 1 foot in, 1 foot out don't really work.
Yeah, you either in or you out.
And I tell like people coming. Matter of fact, at the time in the gym too, I'm like, they're like, you crazy, man, because at the bar I stopped playing and I worked for about 3 or 4 years. Like, this ain't it, dog.
Same for me,
Like, this ain't. I can't do it. So I was training, working and training for the last year and a half of my job. So finally, I just quit. Like, man, that's it. I opened up training corner and like, man, I was in there maybe 7 months by myself. And I hit my homeboy up more day, hit him up.
Yep.
And I hit Gerell up. I hit a lot of other people up. You know what I mean? Like, I can go down the list, but, Tara, I hit, dude, I had like 10 trainers in there. I still, to this day, I feel like that's probably one of the best, like, as far as look at what people have done now. I don't think you can find another gym in Nashville with the quality of trainers under one roof. Still.
Yeah.
I mean, if I name a list, like, it's a lot.
Yeah.
I'll name the list too, so the people know I'll shout you out. I promise.
Yeah,
don't get mad at me. I'm saying,
got receipts, baby.
Yeah, I got receipts, dog. But
finally, you pop it off. Finally,
I got to, dog. I got to.
Trying to get him to do it. He finally doing it.
Nobody's done it. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool to have him in there, man. At that time, it was dope, man. Fun times for sure. Fun time.
All right. Well, I knew that with all of us playing ball, we had to get a chunk out of the way. Talking about ball.
Yeah.
We got a lot to talk about after that. But let's take a short break and hear a word from our sponsor.
Welcome to Game Day Men's Health in Green Hills in Nashville, Tennessee. We are a men's health clinic. We're doing a lot with testosterone replacement therapy. So welcome to our clinic. What you'll be able to do is get your blood work. We'll send it back to our in-house labs. We'll test your total testosterone, your PSA, and then your H&H as well. So we'll get those results within about that 20-25 minute mark. You'll be able to sit down with our licensed clinician and go over your results. We do a lot with medical weight loss, vitamin injections. We have a few ED services as well. And then we also do a lot with peptide therapy as well. And it is something that you want to move forward with if it makes sense. You should be in and out in about 45 minutes.
And we are back. We are here with Gerell Webb. So we kind of went over your sports career.
Yeah.
How you got your start. Everybody with half a brain knows that you're an athlete. So it's really cool to hear the behind the scenes, how you got here, things like that. But now you're here. As you mentioned, you fell in love with a local. You had some options because you weren't really anchored too much anywhere else. But you chose to build your family here.
Yeah. Ish.
There might have been some options maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know how she felt about it,
Yeah.
but obviously that's what you ended up doing. So once you realized that that's what you were doing, what did you feel shifting in your mindset to feel like anchoring yourself within this community and becoming like a Nashville guy? When through and through, I mean, you're a Florida boy.
Yeah, 100%.
LA aspirations,
Yeah.
things like that, kind of personality. I could see you being in somewhere LA. Now, obviously, as a friend, I'm glad you're not. But
I appreciate that.
But I mean, you could have made it in LA. You could have done it anywhere. You chose to stay here with the mindset you have with everything you've done with football and things like that. What did you feel shifting to say, okay, this is it. This is Plan A. This is what we're doing. Nashville's it.
Yeah, man. Honestly, man, that's something I struggled with for a while. Like, she'll attest to that. Like, I would go back and forth to LA for various things. Whether it's just to visit, just to vibe and see what I could stir up out there. I think the biggest thing was, she gave me permission to explore it, and it's like, hey, I'm married now. I can, if I was single, I can go out there and start from the bottom and build. But I have responsibilities, and my wife is not a ramen noodles and hot dogs type of girl. She's not eating that. She's not starting a 1-bedroom apart. We're not going from how we live here to, you know what I mean?
Right.
Just for nothing, right?
Right.
And to keep it a buck, she has a really good job, bro. Like, she has a really good job here. So she's like, I'm not giving up all of this to go out there and just struggle because you got hopes and dreams. Like, that sounds stupid. And it does when you say it out loud, right?
Yeah.
And so it's a mentor of mine was like, yo, just see if you can become bi-coastal. Try to see if you can like stir some stuff up out there and you go out there when you need to be there. But then Nashville started to become what Nashville is now. Everybody started coming to Nashville. So then it was like, yo, what do you like? You see what's happening here? Like, let's start building here and get out of that. I gotta go somewhere else to go get it when it's already here. You're already in LA, really. Yeah, you're in LA, and so I think that's the blessing in it all is that it can't. Everything started flowing to me, and then again, like lifestyle matters. Clientele that I had already mattered, and so just getting advice from entertainers that were moving here that I was fortunate enough to train. And they were like, yeah, bro, you need to be here. LA is not what you think it is.
It's not, though.
And so, it was something that I wrestled with for a long time because I felt like, and you probably can understand, especially being married now, it's like you feel like you're giving up a dream to be with somebody. And that's tough. You know what I mean? It's like I'm losing a piece of myself so I can be with you. What if I don't want to look up. I don't want to look up at 60 and be like, "Yo,
woulda, coulda, shoulda."
Yeah, man, if I would have went to LA, we could have. Yeah, I don't want to be that. So that's something that I wrestled with for a while. And luckily enough, she gave me, if I'm telling you, if you can get something out there, that makes sense, we'll pack up and leave. But until then, we here. So be here. So be where your feet are. And so that's really what it is.
And well, like I said, I'm glad you're here. But it's cool to then like really expanding and deepening your why now.
Yeah.
It might not have felt like that in the beginning, you know, when
it's hard to see it. It's hard to see it in the beginning, man.
Yeah.
Sacrifice is the key word, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a shift in your why. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for my whole life, my mother was my why. My mother was the reason why I did everything. Why I was willing to go through anything to get to wherever I wanted to be. And now it's my wife and my daughter. So it's just a shift. The same why, same motivation. And so you know, like me looking at her, and you know, everybody looks at stability differently, especially men and women. You know what I mean? So what I feel like is stability may not be for her. And so for her to, you know, feel stable and comfortable, so certain things that I have to do and act and become. So if that means she gets to sleep in, you know, to 8, 9 o'clock or whatever, and I got to get up at 3:45, that's easy. That's an easy decision for me.
Yeah.
So, you know, like that's nothing.
Right.
So your why just shift. It doesn't necessarily, you know, change, or, you know, it's not, you know, with love, everything's a sacrifice. She sacrifices a lot too, man. You know what I mean?
That's what it all, especially, man.
Like
marriage is a sacrifice.
Yeah, it's not a one way thing. So once you get out of the selfish part of it, it's like,
I mean, it can be a one-way thing.
Yeah, well, it shouldn't be. Really, yeah.
But guess what, though? You wouldn't like it, though.
Yeah.
People say that, but you wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
No,
You know what I mean? I don't think people would
that's
like
why
it.
I got divorced.
Yeah, and I knew, well, there it is.
With that,
Yeah.
you know,
and
do it.
I knew regardless of, you know, who I became, that she wouldn't change. If I made it as far as I want to make it, she's going to be the same person. If I don't make it, she's going to be the same person, right? And so, like, I can't then throw that away and be like, I'm going to LA. You know what I mean? Because you don't find that. You don't find that out here.
That's real, man.
Yeah, like, you gotta, honestly, it was a faith move, and just be like, all right, God, if you saying stay here, you wouldn't have sent this girl at the time as you sent her to keep me here. You know, so it's, you know, believing, you know, in God and faith and all of that, you know, you just know that it's going to happen for you.
Have any of your family or anybody moved up here now that you kind of anchored down?
Nah, they're still in Florida.
They ain't going to Florida, though.
Yeah.
Listen, he a real Florida boy.
I'm out. Yeah, I'm out every chance I get, bro. Listen to me. I am out of here every chance I get. Nothing against Nashville, but again, the water, I'm a water baby. Like, I love being around the water. I love being in the, like.
Yeah, 'cause your birthday when what?
June?
Yeah.
June 29. I'm a Cancer.
See, I'm the 23rd.
Yeah.
June 23rd.
So I'm the guy that I'm swimming in the ocean. Like, my wife is like, I get in the pool. I ain't getting out. I don't know what's out there. I'm in the ocean. Yeah, like, it's just something. It just soothes my soul.
Ocean?
I'm going to ocean.
Yeah, it soothes my soul, man. It's just it's something about that water, man.
Y'all swim?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bro,
See,
don't be racist. Don't be racist.
I keep telling like, bro, he racist, bro.
That's what you're doing.
She got the bald head and beard, bro.
Yeah, I see what you're doing. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You trying to disguise it with the TSU? No, with the TSU. I got black friends.
Shirt, he got the TSU shoes, the Slimmer Husky joints on. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to us, but I get it.
Yeah, y'all swim. Yeah, nah. Blake was out there running around in the ocean. Nah. I got 100%.
No, it was interesting when weather was bad. We do some like the pool workout because TSU's got that Olympic size pool, and.
Nah, some people can't swim.
Yeah, not everybody. We couldn't do the whole team in there.
No, I mean, you're not wrong. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying,
yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I'm fucking with y'all.
I know.
How was it acclimating to the weather? Because some of my favorite stories, I was watching dudes from like Michigan or Florida coming up, especially in this time of year now where it might be real cold in the morning, real hot in the afternoon, and then get cold in the evening. You see dudes wearing Timbos, knee-high socks, tank top.
Yeah, man.
Puff jacket.
Yeah, I still to this day hate the cold, and I always tell the story. Like, when I first moved here, all I had was my Letterman jacket. I didn't even have a real coat. I just had my high school Letterman, and I didn't know what layering was. I'm just out here freezing.
All the Florida boys come up.
Right, I'm just out here like dying, bro. Yeah, I ain't never like first snow. I was out in a fight when it was snow. I was just hitting people with snowballs. They were like, "Bro, what you doing?" I thought it was what you did. That's what I saw on TV. So I was just hitting people with snowballs, bro. So they're like, "What you doing?" I was like, "Bro, it's snowing." They was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Bro, like," so it was, you know, like, yeah, like still to this day, like I knew. You end up going to Buffalo. I knew I would have been out of Buffalo.
Oh,
I would have been out of there. And like I prayed if I went to the league, it wouldn't be Buffalo or Green Bay or anywhere, because I would not be able to. I would not be able to do that. That is just not. I'm not built for the cold. I'm not built for the snow. I'm definitely not hitting nobody when it's cold and it's snow. Like, nah.
That why changes when the temperature drops.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
that temp will check anybody though. That
Yeah,
ticket to
it'll
drop
give
it
you
on
a
the
real,
best.
it'll give you a real
See,
gut
that's
check.
when I got real nasty because
I wonder why, Blake.
Yeah.
What are you?
Especially like then, like MTSU had like the
I didn't have the
turf.
talent y'all had, so I had to find ways of
Man, when it's
even in the
cold,
playing
you
field.
got me.
But the equalizer though.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got
the
me
cold
when it's
weather's
cold,
always
yeah.
an equalizer.
Yeah, cold is
anything.
about guts. Yeah,
It's all
you
it
gotta
is.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't the guy. You know, some of the dudes try to play tough and like, I ain't gonna put no sleeves. I'm like, you crazy? I'm finna put sleeves on.
Everything.
One of my homeboys who played in Canada, he was like, they used to put on like Vaseline.
Yes, I heard it. Yeah, Vaseline, pantyhose,
And pantyhose, yeah.
uh-huh.
And I was like, for real? He was like, yeah, bro, I'm telling you, it's a game. I was like, bet. So I started
Yeah.
doing that. Vaseline, pantyhose, then put your tights over it.
Straight.
Straight.
They told me that too. I didn't know that. I was like, oh, for real? Like, I never had to do that.
Yeah, I never heard of that. But y'all be putting on bet. Yeah, bro. All right,
Yeah, for real.
don't trip. I'm telling you. I was like, bet. So say less, yeah.
So with the family, obviously that's something that's very important to you. It's why you're here, things like that. Especially knowing you personally, let's talk a little bit about the conversations you had amongst your family when we were all kind of scrambling during COVID. Watching all the trainers figure out how to navigate fitness professionally during all of that time.
Yeah.
Regardless of how anybody feels about it, it was the situation. And so it seemed like you were one of the ones that I kept watching because it seemed like you figured out how to thrive in that. We were all trying to do something that like wasn't what everyone else was doing, but what was working to stand out, but to do something that people could trust. So talk a little bit about what you did in a transition and kind of like a balance of your life during COVID.
Yeah, COVID kicked my butt, bro. Like, and I know, I put on a brave face, but that whole year, my wife was pregnant with our daughter, and I was actually in LA when it happened, and she went into labor at 19 weeks.
Good news.
19 weeks, her water broke. So she calls me, I'm across the country, she's like, hey, just left the doctor's office, I gotta go to the hospital, my water broke. And I was like, what?
Yeah, that's
right.
crazy.
And
Wow,
so
that's crazy.
she was in the hospital for another 2.5 months. My daughter was born at 28 weeks in 1 day. She made exactly. They were like, your goal is to get to 32. We would love it if you get to 28. She got to 28 in 1 day, right?
Wow.
Like literally midnight of the 28th day,
Man.
she started going into she started having contractions. And so my daughter was in the NICU for another 52 days. So this is all during COVID,
That's
right?
That's
Yeah.
wild,
So-
bro. I don't think I knew that.
Yeah,
I didn't know
didn't
that.
know
Nobody
that.
didn't.
I didn't know that.
Because
I
I was
didn't know any of
Yeah,
that.
that's
I just
wild,
I was
watched-
just sitting here
man.
talking about you thriving
Yeah.
as a trainer.
Like
but,
me having my daughter now, I can't
Yeah,
imagine that. Dog.
Yeah, so
Like,
I just locked in, and that's how I operate, right? Because I don't want external pressures or negativity.
Yeah.
Like I don't want my clients didn't know. Like literally nobody knew. I was sleeping at the hospital literally across the street from the gym. I would walk over at 5 a.m. They didn't because I used to park in the back, so they didn't know. Nobody knows I had on the hospital bracelet the whole time. I have a 20-day shred challenge that I filmed during that time, and I have on my hospital bracelet. Nobody noticed. Like I literally left there, went to go film, went back to the hospital, right? And so yeah, I mean, it was a lot of. I was able to do. I was able to do a lot of the stuff like that because my daughter was in the hospital. So when you saw me like teaching classes, that was kind of my outlet. That was my way of, again, football has always kind of been my refuge. Working out has always been my refuge, and so has training. Like we've learned, especially as men and athletes, how to compartmentalize. Like you can get in an argument with your wife, and then you have to go play a game, and you didn't even think about her, but I'm gonna take it out on you because I can't take it out on her, right?
Right,
yeah.
And so now we just take it out on the weights, and so now I'll just go in and just kind of lose myself in training, and then get back to real life. And so it was tough, man. That's why I say it's sacrifices and all that. My wife, I watched her be the strongest person that I've ever seen in that situation. I was broken, bro. I was so freaking scared.
Had to be.
I was like, I'm across the country. I'm like, I don't know what's
had to
happening.
be. Like,
I can't
man.
be there for you. Like, because at 19 weeks, they tell you, like, she was like straight up, I was on the phone, the doctor was like, yo, if your water breaks, you got 24 hours, and usually the baby comes, right? After that 24 hours, is usually within that next 48 to 70, like, you're gonna have the baby. It's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Like, what happens at 19 weeks? Because every doctor was like, we don't know.
Yeah.
Like, 19 weeks is way different than 28 weeks, and it sounds close, but they're like, it's a complete
really
difference.
Yeah.
And so I watched her be brave, like, while I'm on the phone, like, bawling, like,
Man.
So I'm thinking, like, the worst
Right.
worst of the worst. I'm bawling, like, yo, I'm telling her, yo, you can't die on me, bro. Like, I cannot take that.
No.
Like, you gotta. She's like, yo, I'm fine. Just get home, because I can't get, and that's the other part. I can't get home.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even like
It's
rent a
done,
car.
dude. It's like the
Yeah, and just like I'll be there in the morning. Like, I'm literally across the country, and so just dealing with all that, man, during that time, but also like knowing that that adversity makes you right, and that's the football part. That's the athlete in me. Like, pressure is a privilege. Like, you ain't being put in a situation to be broken. You being put in a situation to be made.
Yeah.
Right, and so shifting your perspective on that. That's why I don't take excuses. Like, you can't what you got going, man. Listen,
Right.
I ain't trying to hear none of that because that don't matter, bro.
And you
like,
walked it, you lived it though.
yeah,
It's
and
not
I
like
lived it, and
it's
that's
not like
the
you
part. I'm
saying
not just
somebody-
saying it. Like,
Man,
it's not cliche to me. Like,
did
no,
it.
bro. Y'all had no clue.
Right.
Y'all literally
I'm telling you,
had
I
no
didn't have a
clue.
clue, man. So shout out
like,
to you
I
for
was
that,
showing
man.
up
Goodness,
and training y'all. Same thing with my mom passed. Most people didn't know, bro. Like,
Yeah, man,
I just showed up and just kept, because that was my outlet. You don't know, I was just crying in the car before I came here. I had to get myself together real quick, you know what I mean, and pull it together before I train you. But you're telling me that you ain't sleep last night?
I ain't trying to hear that, man. I don't want to hear that.
I'm in the mood. I got 2 hours of sleep. That's what.
You was out at Minerva.
Man, get out. Like, I ain't trying to. I don't care about nothing. So I really mean it. It ain't. It sounds good on Instagram. I really mean it. I say, I don't care, bro.
Yeah.
Because it don't matter.
People's
like, in the grand scheme of
perspective.
things, it don't matter. Like,
Yeah.
you ain't get no sleep. Okay, you get to go to sleep when you leave here. Right now, I need the 70, 60% or whatever it is you got. I need that right now.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Nah, man, I think we all can learn from that though. Cause
Yeah,
sometimes
absolutely.
we do get, speaking for myself, you know what I mean? Like, we can get caught up in like, but what am I really complaining about at the end of the day? What am I really talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I always, the mantra, hey, I'm never gonna ask you to do something I haven't done.
Yeah.
Or willing to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just not gonna happen.
And the truth is, life happens to us all. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it
We
does.
all got our different. We all can
Right.
get up and tell our sob stories about how life has beat us up. At the end of the day, are you gonna show up or not? Right? Like, at the end of the day,
That's it.
if you're the leader that you said you are, then it don't matter what you got going on, because you still got to lead, right? And the people that are closest to me, they know what I need, and they're gonna cover me in those moments. And the moments where I'm weak, and the moments where I'm questioning everything. And so me showing up on IG or me showing up and doing a challenge or whatever was my outlet of saying that, no matter what I'm going through, it's not going to break me. I'm still going to push forward, because that's what we're supposed to do, right? And that was also, even just a way of, of me letting God know, like,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
regardless
that's some
of,
faith, man.
regardless
Like,
of,
I'm with you. I'm
whatever,
rocking with you.
whatever you take me through,
I'm rocking with you.
I'm rocking with you.
Yeah, man, that's big.
And until you tell me to stop.
I feel the same
yeah,
way.
and so,
I didn't know it, but
and so
the
it's
wheels
just that.
fall off.
But you can
Yeah.
walk. But you can walk different, knowing like God got my back.
Yeah.
It's a different type of faith. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, all right, no matter what you bring to me, it's for a reason. You did it. You knew this was gonna happen anyway.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Like,
yeah. This,
you knew this
is
was
a
gonna
surprise
happen.
to me, not to you.
Right,
You
so,
know what I mean?
yeah.
I remember my mother telling me that, like, yo, like nothing that happens in life catches God by surprise.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? Like, those are the two things I remember her telling me. Nothing in life catches God by surprise. And if you would, because we beat ourselves up for making mistakes. She's like, if you were perfect, there would be no need for Jesus. And I was like, bet, say
Great
less.
words. I mean, with that you can live life.
Yeah, I can live life
knowing
different
that,
just with
like,
those
man,
perspectives.
yeah.
Like, she's like, you was perfect. We wouldn't need Jesus. So don't, like, you gonna make mistakes. You're not gonna be perfect. You gonna, things gonna happen. Like I said, life happens to us all.
It does,
to
man.
everybody. You know,
Yeah.
it's gonna beat us all up at some point. That's the whole purpose of life. Is to see if you want what you say you really want. It's
At the
gonna
end of the
challenge
day.
you. At the end of the day, that's really all it
I
is.
feel you.
Oh, you want to be married? Hey, here go this girl on Instagram who, right? Oh, you want to go to the league? Hey, here go. It's a party tonight, and you got a game. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna always be something that's
Yeah, I was
going
at that party.
that's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
pull
you
you.
said
Like, yeah, I was there. I went.
When you tell me about it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
This is always gonna be something that's gonna challenge
man.
you, challenge what you say you want. That's what obstacles
Right.
are for. Yeah. So yeah.
That kind of.
Sorry if I got too deep on that.
Nah, that's
No,
real
no,
though.
no, I
Nah, but
loved
people
it.
need to hear that though,
Yeah,
because
I
it's
loved
real
it
talk.
because I think that really definitely like if I don't really know you on Instagram, you definitely come off as that like no excuses. Wait, you got to do it no matter what. You know, which kind of gets you labeled a little bit of an asshole.
I am an asshole.
Bro, he really does this though. Like I've witnessed him do this, so I'm like, I'm like, bro, you really said that?
Nah, I wouldn't do that. I've seen that, and I actually somebody said it to me like you would do that. I was like, nah, because I'm more of a like.
You're not that big of an asshole.
Yeah, I'm an asshole, but I'm also believe in respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't.
It's control assholeness.
Yeah, it is. It's control. It's a very controlled assholeness.
Yeah, we made that up.
Yeah, I don't. I don't handle disrespect well, and I would rather someone sit me down and be like, hey, G, like this ain't working out.
Yeah.
Versus me putting the list. You walk in. One, you wasted your time coming here. Now I'm wasting my time. I gotta come tell you why. And now, you know what I mean? Like, we could have had this conversation. It could have. It's just, it's like a breakup, bro.
So with that, in the conversation of respect with a client, one of the, I don't know if it's something that's on y'all's radar, but had another trainer that's in the Nashville, Middle Tennessee area get blasted for how he, what he recommends for his female competitors and things like that. And that's going like pretty viral now.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
Me neither.
Catch me up.
I don't know. Talk to me.
Well, what we can say.
We don't have
no names. The gist of it.
Obviously, bodybuilding affects hormones.
Yep.
When you're getting your body that lean. He actually has been now screenshotted and proven he was like prescribing like masturbation scheduling.
Masturbation?
Yeah. For female clients.
For women?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Right.
And like checking in on like how that went and things like that. So now he's getting blasted all over social media.
Wow, right there.
This is coming
I didn't know
after everything that happened. If you around quantum and stuff like that, different people.
Yeah.
So now we're getting to this point where so many people are moving to Nashville. They're being very vulnerable because they're using fitness to try to find their tribes, their people, things like that. I've always said that asking someone to do fitness with you is asking someone to be vulnerable with you.
Yep.
So you have a lot of people being vulnerable with you. How do you do anything? How far is it on the forefront of your brain when you're talking to clients, your connection in relationship with your clients to know that even though you might be a little bit of an asshole, that like what they can do to like trust you and everything like that when unfortunately we as trainers have to deal with people that are messing it up for the rest of us out there.
Yeah, I can tell you, this is my camera. I have never asked anybody to masturbate. I can promise you.
That is not put it on the record.
That is not part of the workout program.
Never prescribed that at all.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I think people, like, I say this, I am an asshole, but
how do you make people feel comfortable?
So I always tell people up front, I'm not for everybody, and that doesn't mean that it's you or it's me. It just means this isn't it, right?
Yeah.
And so I coach hard. I talk a lot of trash. But I also kind of describe a training session with me as tough love with a little bit of humor. You been in the gym with me, we're gonna have fun.
We're gonna kick it, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have a great time, but we're gonna work, and I'm gonna hold you accountable. Because you're not. Because I'm being a Cancer. I'm sensitive. Right, and so now, like, I take on a lot.
Like he was mad though.
Yeah,
I'm sensitive.
I am.
Get a bad rep about that.
Yeah. Because people think sensitive means weakness
or soft.
Or soft. So they think, you're emotional.
It's complete opposite.
Anger is an emotion too. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so it's not just me. I'm not gonna break out crying, but I am going. If you come to me and tell me, hey, can you help me XYZ? Again, why? Because that's my dog. I want to see you win. Hey, bro. You take it or leave it, but I just feel like you ain't doing enough to build a brand of what you know what I mean? Like, but that's because I care about him. Right? If I ain't care about you, I'd be like, I'm finna go try to holler at Mookie and see if I can get him. You know what I mean?
Right. Real talk, though.
I've never, like, I just sit and watch. Let me see what y'all doing. Like, I ain't even on no, like, that's competition with me going to Mookie in his DMs being like, hey, bro, he ain't really doing the stuff I could. I'm saying, hey, bro, people got to know what you're doing. Right?
Right.
And so, like, for me, it's understanding I'm not for everybody. I'm not everybody's trainer. The people that I'm with though. Like my love language is I got you. If I ever told you I got you, I got you. Good, bad, indifferent. We fall out and you need me, I still got you. Right? So I don't say that to a lot of people because I mean it when I say it. If I say I got you, regardless. And so I'm that same way with my clients, and my clients understand that it's like he's hard on me only because he sees something in me. Right? Like I can take your money if that's what you want and you don't get results, or I can hold you accountable to the things you said you wanted out of this. And so it's just like dating, bro. Like you gotta build trust with each other. Like, hey, you eat all your meals this week? Cool, why not? Right? So once you start seeing, he texting me on a Tuesday. Why he texting me and I ain't even got a session today? Like, hey, what's your food looking like? Right? Like,
most people ain't had the experience.
Yeah, like people like, no, he really
like,
care,
okay.
right? When stuff happens, like I celebrate everything, right? Oh, you got a promotion, bet, let's turn up, right? Oh, you an AKA, today we doing the 1908 workout, like, or whatever, like. Oh, he remembered that about me. Yeah, like, he remembered. It's those little things like that, and that's how we kind of know.
The regular all right. I tell you what the TSU, dog. I can tell you what the TSU.
I probably should have said Delta. I'm gonna get in trouble because my wife's a Delta, so I literally said AKA. I don't know why, but yeah.
We'll let you pass on that. Yeah. He didn't mean it. He did not mean it.
I know, right? I'm gonna get in trouble about that. But yeah, man, I think it's just about building trust, man. Like you just, like you said, it's being vulnerable. Yeah. And it's just like dating. It's today we're gonna be here, and then hopefully we'll move here, and then we'll. It's like, with weights. I come to your gym, you're not going to throw 400 pounds on there. I got to earn the weight. Yeah. Right? Let me see. Do you know how to do a squat? Just do a squat. Let me see. Before you even put a barbell on your back. All right, now you get to earn the barbell. Now you get to earn 135. You struggle. That look kind of, let me just put a 10. You know what I mean? You earn your weight, and it's the same way with clients.
So, in closing, because that was pretty much what I wanted to hear. That there are trainers that are actually putting forth effort to make people feel comfortable.
Yeah, I'm sorry that y'all got to go through that, man. That is wild.
That's deep. I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
but,
I'll show y'all the video when we get off here. But what's next for that? Talk a little bit about what was it, Caught in the Web. I keep doing Spider.
Yeah, what you got coming up, dog? He keeps something cooking, man. Man. Only disclose what you feel like you want to disclose, but I know this dude got something cooking.
Yeah, I do, man. So Caught in the Web, actually, funny enough, came from a football thing, right? So that's what you tell receivers. Like when I used to lock them up, you just Caught in the Web. It was a play on my name. And that's end up, turned into a brand as well. So like, if I jammed you at the line, like, you got caught in the web. Like, it's like it was that. And I used to tell girls that too. Long. This is my camera. Long time ago. When girls like, she got caught in the web. Like she got caught up. But I'm going through a complete. You should, bro. It's yours.
I think that'll work. Actually,
it's yours.
It's kind of dope. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not a hater. You see, I'm not a hater. But it's kind of dope. I ain't gonna
lie. But yeah, I'm going through a complete rebrand right now, man. And so that was almost like your story that you just told about the trainers. Literally the reason why I'm going through the rebrand. And so we're going from Caught in the Web to Keep It G. So G is not, where we come from. G usually stands for gangster. In this situation, it stands for Gerell. Like a lot of times, our clients would tell us, like, when I'm out or I'm working out on my own, I just heard your voice in my head. I heard Blake tell me, right?
Yep.
So that's the G. That's G, right? But it's also a reminder of your standard, right? Like, I know Blake will have me do it this way, right? I know Deon will put 10 more pounds on right now. It's too light, right? He'll tell me to put 10 more pounds on. And so also where we were from, if I came to Deon, I was like, hey, Keep It G. You, like, he knows in this moment right now, I gotta tell the truth.
Yep.
When I tell you, hey, Keep It G, bro. Yeah. That's a reminder of the standard. That's a reminder of where you come from. That's a reminder of being authentic. That's a reminder of all the things that you were raised to believe in, right?
That's awesome.
So your standard is your standard. And so with Keep It G,
on the form you put Keep It G, and I just took that as like, not what you were rebranding to, because I didn't know about that. I thought you were just saying like, we can talk about whatever. Keep it
we are. See my point? See my point? So you see my point? Right.
You told me about it before you even told me about it.
And so we got, I'm about to launch a fitness app, under that brand, along with some merch and some other things. But it's just to your point, it's too many.
You don't have 2X?
I got you.
All right.
I got you. 2X, 3X, probably 2. It's just too many weirdos in the game right now. In our industry.
Yeah. They water it down.
It is not enough. It's not enough realness. Yeah. And that to me, that's what Keeping It G is. It's just being real. Like, and the people that are
authentic to yourself.
Yeah, to whoever you are, right? Yeah. Whatever your belief system is. And that's not, like the people that do that, own that, we fell back and we let the other people take over the industry for too long.
They got loud.
But it's because of us, because we fell back. The OGs fell back, right? Yeah. Because we were frustrated. It was like, man, this is whatever. Right?
I'm not gonna argue with them.
It's got frustrated with the game, and it's just time to come back and take it over. And so that's what Keep It G is. It's like, is just to call out the weirdos, man. Like that's not what the fitness industry is.
No, it's not.
That's
the only
not
reason I
like
brought it up.
that's
I
not
don't
what
like talking about that kind of stuff.
But
it's
we got
happening
to,
in
though.
yeah, but that's
fitness
my
in this
point.
city.
Even with the buddy before, like that's not what the fitness industry. But we gotta
man.
carry that. So when I have a like
But it gets
85
labeled that way. 'Cause, I mean, that buddy got.
Because I got an answer to that.
we got to answer that.
Like, you're not going to be, no, I'm not. I've never been that. You know
but
what I mean?
we got
So, yeah.
85% of our clients are females.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we come in, they be like, hey, are they boyfriends or husbands? Like,
I want you to sit on this couch and
yeah,
watch
bro,
me.
pull up, please.
I
You
want
ain't got
you
to
to.
tell me. Just come.
Just come, dog.
Just
You
come.
good.
Like,
You good.
Be there.
yeah. And so because of that, we got to carry that. And so we have to own that standard and let them know, yo, you're safe with me. You're safe in here. You know, like even simple stuff like my 5 and 6 a.m. clients got to text me when they get there so I can walk to the doors because we're in downtown.
Yeah.
Downtown in any city is
Anything.
anything.
Downtown.
Hey, hit me when you get to the door. I'm gonna make sure you get in. That's building the trust. Like, oh, he outside of like just the fitness, he trying to make sure I'm straight. Like, like I just want to make sure you get in all right. And so it's just, you know, so with Keep It G, it's gonna be a whole movement of like just coming back and taking over the fitness industry and with real
needed, man.
authentic. You know what fitness should be. You know, stop overcomplicating what's made to be simple.
Man, he said, man, you preaching with that one, man.
Yeah.
We just get
I'm
into
glad
all
you
these
sit on the
fancy
couch with you on
words
that
and this, that. Man,
Yeah.
no, bro.
Yeah,
A squat is a squat is a squat.
squat,
A deadlift,
man,
deadlift is
yeah.
deadlift,
Man,
bro.
stop.
Move is
Y'all
movement.
trying to talk over people's head, bro.
Nah,
You
bro.
trying to be the smartest man in the room when
Nah,
it's
man,
really at
no.
the end of the day, bro.
Look bad at the end of the day.
Yeah.
When you come back around.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So that's what's up, man. Like,
Appreciate
it.
yeah, that's going to be dope.
It'll be fun to watch you kind of, you know, start that revival.
Yeah, man. We're doing the fitness launch. The app is launching on Black Friday, going into the new year and all of that. And so we'll, you know, like you said, I've done work with NordiTrack and other brands. So now it's just time for me to do my own, right? It's like
Bet on
You got the
yourself.
experience,
Yeah.
you know it.
You
You
got-
seen
yeah.
it. You seen it from that side, so now
yeah,
it's time for you to do
it's
you,
time
man.
to do you, yeah.
It's a
Absolutely.
big deal, man. Congratulations
Appreciate
on that,
that,
man.
brother.
For sure, bro. For sure.
What's your motivation to keep the abs?
The abs?
Yeah.
Man.
This dude talks about burgers and I'm like, every time we come, it's like,
I
what's
ain't
the best
playing no
what's the
more,
best
man.
spot? I'm like, dude, you gonna kill me in here, bro. Like,
Yeah, I mean, bro, like I don't, again, I got an ego, man. I like to look good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a big part of it. I got a wife with a certain expectation too. Like now she married this.
Yeah.
I can't go to other like
Yeah,
she
you
be like,
gotta-
hey
you
yo,
gotta
what's
keep
good?
it
Yeah.
right here, like-
She'll call me out, hey, you good? Like
Yeah.
what's going on, bro? Like
Keep
so,
it G.
Yeah. And you know, like keep it G. I like to take my shirt
Yeah.
off. You know what I mean? I like
Yeah,
to
it's
I
a
like
check, like,
I like
bro,
to work
what-
out with my shirt off. I like people to be like, hey bro, what you do?
Yeah.
Like you still
Yeah.
you know, hey, you play ball? Like, nah, bro, I'm old. My knees hurt. I ain't
Right.
playing no ball.
You got one. You got a whole game in you.
Nah.
Oh.
At corner, absolutely not. Absolutely not. One, I'm not hitting anybody. I'll never hit anybody again if I can avoid it. Two, I got my hamstrings probably got about 3 9 routes in me.
I'm gonna
Maybe.
be real with you. Like,
Maybe.
I try to run the other day with some of them guys. I
Not
couldn't-
even
I couldn't-
run.
I couldn't do it.
Man, not even run, but turn and run. You trying to open up and
It's
then
different.
accelerate
It's
from
different.
Nah.
Oh, it's way
bro.
different.
Nah, I
Yeah.
ain't got no, man.
But you
only,
still got-
only
yeah.
you still think that. We real. I don't think I got it
Nah,
in
I
me
ain't
no
got it.
more, bro.
Nah.
I got maybe one play. I got 1 5-yard.
I said I got a series. I got one
you
good
got series?
But that's if you roll everything away from me. Cause like, hey, y'all go play that there. Let me just sit back and just do my thing. Like, yeah.
If I can play zone that whole series, I'm Gucci in zone.
That's what
Give
I'm
me a little
saying.
two man.
Bro,
I'm
roll
good,
it
yeah.
away from me, bro. I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah. You dangle that paycheck, I'd still run through that wall. But
Nah,
in my
bro.
head,
Yeah.
in my head, I could.
Nah, man, your hamstring gonna be gone before you
Bro,
get to the wall.
it's different.
Bro.
It's
different.
tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
I'm telling people, you know who you are. You know who you think you are no more, man.
Nah, man. It's,
Yeah, you know how you
Yeah.
think you are. I got you that first 5 though.
Yeah.
I
I'm
jam
good.
you.
I
But
work
if you
out
get
for
past
that. Yo.
you get past that, bro. You might be on to something.
That doesn't mean, I tell everybody, it mean like for the young cats, it mean when you approach guys like this, you got to get what you can right now. Mm-hmm. Cause I'm gonna do what I can right now.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
it's
all
no-
in. I'm all in right now.
Right.
You come out with that little, if you go all right, go get you
Yeah.
thrown out the club, bro. Go get you. Once I get my hands on
It's
you,
a
it's a
wrap.
wrap. It's
It's
over.
a
Don't worry
wrap.
about it, bro. Just slow down.
I
It's over.
trained
It's
for
happening.
that.
This is happening.
I
You
trained
just gotta let it happen, bro.
That's crazy.
All right. Gerell, last thing here. All the motivational stuff you put on the Instagram, I follow it. It helps me.
Appreciate
I
it.
feel like it helps everybody,
Same.
whether
Yeah, it
clients or
does.
not.
Yeah, it does.
You know, so as kind of a closing out, what's some motivation especially after this conversation, something that just strikes you, something that you can leave the people with? Talk your shit right now.
Yeah, man. As always, man, keep it G, bro. Like, keep it G is literally, it's just be authentic to who you are, right? And just understanding that, real is a rarity. It's not, especially in a world full of filters and BBLs and surgeries and steroids and, a bunch of people that are lying to you about how they got to where they are and tummy teas and raps and all these. Like, you got to do, at the end of the day, right, there are no shortcuts. There are no fastest way possibles. The process is the process, man. You got to go through that and stop trying to skip it, man. And just hold your standard. Whatever your standard to life is, just remember the standard is a standard. Hold that no matter what.
Man, we can end with that, bro. Keep it G, man, because that's what they missing. That's what everybody missing,
Real
man.
is a rarity. I like that one, too.
Yeah, that's why I tell my wife, man. But it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
So I tell her,
that sounds like my next set, too.
So you got to know. You got to
know that. But, man, the ones who rock with it, they rock with it, and it's for life. For what I've seen, you know what I mean. That's what you always do. Yeah. But man, hey, great episode today, man. I know y'all love this one, man. I know we did. Make sure you like it, click the button, share it with your people, man. And until next time, man, we signing out.
For the love of Nashville, tune into the next episode.